Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, boa tarde. Let me start by thanking our host, Portugal, for the warm welcome and for the incredible hospitality. Portugal has long understood the strategic importance of subsea cable infrastructure, and I want to thank you in particular, Professor Maximiano, our co-chair of this advisory body, for your leadership and also for bringing us together today here in Porto. I also want to recognize His Excellency, our Ambassador, Ambassador Gomez, the Portuguese ambassador in Geneva to the United Nations. Thank you also, Ambassador, for being here with us today. And of course, I have to recognize our fellow co-chair, His Excellency Minister Tajani. I always say he's fearless, ladies and gentlemen. He's our fearless leader here, and I thank him also for his continued collaboration. I have to recognize our partners. We couldn't have done this without you, ICPC, Kent, and also John. Thank you for that strong collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, this summit is especially timely, as the issue of digital resilience is at the top of agendas across the world, including at the ITU. We have designated 2026 as the year of resilience. Our focus throughout 2026 will be on the growing importance of protecting digital infrastructure, the infrastructure for which our societies and our economies depend, whether it's terrestrial networks, satellite systems, or subsea cables. When we met for our first physical meeting, which was about 1 year ago in Abuja, it was agreed through the Abuja Declaration that resilience could not be treated as a purely technical matter, nor could it be left to any single actor to address on their own. Resilience must be treated as an end-to-end imperative. Today, Porto takes us forward by setting a practical agenda for action. Over the past year, the work undertaken by the International Advisory Body on Submarine Cable Resilience has shown what is possible, ladies and gentlemen, when we work together, guided by a shared purpose, or as Minister Tajani said this morning, a clarity of purpose. Just this morning, the advisory body, as we've just heard, met to take stock of this extensive work that has been ongoing, and it agreed to a set of important recommendations developed by more than 150 experts, stakeholders from across all regions. These recommendations focus on practical guidance. We want to be practical. Practical guidance from streamlining permitting, to strengthening repair readiness and shared response capacity, to improving information sharing, strengthening cable protection across marine sectors, and catalyzing investment in route diversity, redundancy, and resilient infrastructure. They have also been developed with the needs of small island developing states, least developed countries, and landlocked developing countries and underserved regions in mind. You're going to hear more about this very shortly when our two co-chairs take the stage. The advisory body discussions have reaffirmed our commitment to cooperation, sending a strong message of continued urgency that submarine cables are critical infrastructure and resilience has to be treated as a shared responsibility, especially amid the massive investment and adoption of artificial intelligence across different countries around the world. With the growth of artificial intelligence infrastructure, cloud services, and autonomous systems, organizations will increasingly rely on robust data connections. And this heightened dependency means that even small disruptions, in undersea cable infrastructure, small disruptions could trigger widespread impacts across entire digital ecosystems. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges that we are discussing are not new. What is changing, and this came up in almost every conversation at the World Economic Forum in Davos the week before last, what is changing is the scale. It's the scale of our digital dependence and the cost of delay when things go wrong. Today, resilience is shaped not only by how cables are designed and deployed, but by how quickly we can coordinate across borders and how effectively we can implement policy and how prepared we are to respond together when incidents occur. That's why the summit matters. And over the next 2 days, our focus will be on what works, what slows us down, and where cooperation can make a real difference in policy exchanges, in coherence, in operational readiness, and in your investment decisions. And the investment piece will actually be taken up in detail tomorrow morning. At a breakfast discussion, we'll be having an infrastructure investment breakfast meeting. We'll be bringing together governments, development finance institutions, industry and investors, and we will be exploring concrete pathways to finance diverse cable infrastructure, including in regions where commercial investment alone may not suffice. So, ladies and gentlemen, this summit is not about prescribing, nor are you expected to agree on every single aspect of resilience. In fact, the diversity of perspectives in this very room is the foundation of this summit's strength. And it is the exchanges of these views that allow for movement that goes beyond dialogue and actually takes us towards progress. And that's why over the next 2 days, I would encourage you to continue an open, constructive, and candid exchange, because the world is watching. They are awaiting insights that can help inform national decisions, support regional cooperation, and ensure submarine cable infrastructure remains resilient now and for generations to come. I thank you very much for your attention. Muito obrigado.